Has the recording started? Let's start reading with it.
Protect, protection from weeds and weeding. In a field many other undesirable plants may grow
Undesirable.
along
I do
undesirable
not
plants.
know who is speaking.
Sakina.
Sakina, if you are stuck somewhere, if you're not sure about the pronunciation, do ask.
Okay, ma'am.
Rather than reading it wrongly, I would be happy if you ask, ma'am, how is it pronounced? That's better. Okay, beta?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crop. These undesirable plants are called weeds.
Fine. So in a field, what we find, there are other plants which are not required, which are not wanted. And they're also growing. We are not growing them. We have not sown the seeds. Remember that. Do we grow grasses better? Do we ever grow grasses?
No, ma'am.
No, it comes automatically, isn't it? What is that? Unwanted, undesirable, without sowing it comes. What are they called as? Weeds. So these undesirable plants are called weeds. And this is how it has been removed by manual. It is called as weeding. What it is called, Vita? The process of
Weeding.
removal by hand or otherwise is known as weeding. So we keep the crops and the unwanted plants we remove with the help of, we just pluck it up. Just pluck it out. Got it? Okay. Now let's start from the first. What was the first bit of
Fl- Uh, Preparation of
soil? Preparation of soil. Second,
sowing,
very good. Third,
adding manure and fertilizer,
very good. Fourth,
irrigation,
good. Fifth, just now what we did. What we did just now.
protection from weeds,
Exactly. Protection for trees. And now what are we going to do?
harvesting.
Sixth, harvest.
Harvesting.
Good. So what is harvesting? Let's find out. Yes, better read.
Harvesting. Harvesting of a crop is an important task. The cutting of crop after it is mature in harvesting. Crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. It usually takes 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature.
Thank you. Now harvesting of crop is what? Very important work. It's a very important task. So what we do when we come to know that the plant is mature, the crop is matured, we have to go for cutting it. This process is known as harvesting. So cutting of crop is known as harvesting. When do you cut the crop? When the crop is mature. Is clear? That means the grains are ready. The grains are ready. So that is called as matured. So at that time we cut the crops. This procedure or this process is known as harvesting. All of you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
No. So during harvesting, what do we do? We either pull out the crop. If it is small crop, we can pull out the crop, or we cut it very close to the ground. For cereal crop, for example, what are the cereal crops, Rita? Give me the examples of cereal crops.
Wheat.
Yes. Then
All
only
in
wheat. There are many better. First, anyone else?
pulses.
Hmm? No, pulses is not. Pulses is different group. It is a dal group. Cereals are. Summer's mic is on. Cereals are wheat, paddy, that is rice. Then you have what you call it as maize. Jowar, bajra, ragi, sorghum, they come in millets, small grains. So they come in millets. You understand? So millets is a totally different type of group. Cereals is generally wheat, rice, and maize. Hope you understood. Now these cereals, if I'm growing wheat or paddy or maize, or makai, what you call it as, how much time does it take to mature, beta? 3 to 4 months. How much time does it take, beta? 3 to 4 months. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you understood, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Now what you can see over here, what is this? What is this? You can see a tool, isn't it? What is this tool called as? Hello?
Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
What is this tool? What is this tool called as? What is this? What is this called as? Do you know or not?
Ma'am, we don't know.
Okay. Sickle. What it is called as?
Sickle.
Sickle. Got it now? All of you? So with the help of sickle, farmers harvest the crops. Okay? Okay, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do something more about harvesting. You're good. And now the one who is going to read it has to tell me what extra information you got from this slide. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Okay. Start reading, beta. Start reading.
Harvesting. Harvesting of a crop is an important task. Ma'am,
Is the
the
same
slide
thing,
is
right? What
yes, ma'am.
happened?
No, ma'am. The,
Then
cut, the cutting of crop after it is a mature is called harvesting. In a harvesting, crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. It usually takes 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature.
this is
Harvesting
absolutely
it.
the same thing. Beta, Sakina,
Yes, ma'am.
this is absolutely the same thing what we uh, did in the last slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we are getting the extra ones. Say,
Harvesting in our country is either done by with a sickle or a by a machine called harvester. In a harvester crops, the grain seed to be separated from the,
the shaft.
the shaft.
Shaft. That's it. In the harvester crops, the grain seed has to be separated from the shaft, and that is done by the harvester. Who does that? What is shaft? I'll let you know. Okay. Now, in a country, I showed you sickle. I think I showed you
Yes, ma'am.
sickle. Yes, and I will be showing you machine harvester. Harvester here in this. So this is sickle, this is sickle, and this is harvester. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when the crops are harvested, the grain is covered with a, a cover, isn't it? The grain is covered with a rough, what you call it, husky um, covering. It's a brown covering. This is grain, and there's a brown covering to it. Yes, this one. This is called as shaft. What it is called? Shaft. Now, when you are having the grain, are you having the grain with the cover
No, ma'am.
or is it without cover?
Without cover.
Without cover. So the cover has to be removed. That cover is called as shaft. What it is called as?
Shaft.
Shaft. And this is the machine, the harvester. There's a thresher. There's another machine which is called as thresher, which helps us to remove the husk, the covering from the grains, and we get the clean grains. Okay, let's read.
Harvesting. After harvesting, sometimes stubs are left in the field, which are burned by farmers. Maheli is worried. She knows that it causes pollution. It may also catch fire and damage the crops laying in the field.
Okay. Now, what are stubs? We'll go one by one. Now, the farmer has cut the crops. So, with the help of sickle. So, you can see the stems are cut like this. So, they have taken the upper portion, harvested it, they have cut with the sickle like this. Now, the portion which is left on the ground, these are known as, what are they known as, beta?
Stubs.
Stubs. This you must have observed, maybe while you're going on the, when you're on the highway. Sometimes you can see that from the fields the, the fumes are coming out. What are they doing? They are just burning the field. So they burn the stubs. Why? Because when they burn, the ashes of these stubs this mixes with the soil and makes it fertile. What it does? It makes it fertile. You understand? But according to some other people, because the fumes are coming out, so that also leads to air pollution. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
At times also, like fine, the farmers or the laborers, they burn the field and they do not take care. So sometimes the harvested grains are somewhere nearby and it is dry. Remember that one spark from the field can even make the heap of the grain catch fire. The accident can also take place. So you have to be very vigilant while you do this task. Understand? So it may lead to the damage of the crops which are ready in the next field, or it may also burn the heap of the grains or heap of the harvest that you have done, maybe a day or a couple of days before. Even that can catch fire and you will be at loss. Isn't it better? So one has to be very careful whenever uh, the stubs are burnt. One should be always present, should not leave the field. Yes, better.
Harvesting in our country is either done by manual, by sickle, or by a machine called harvester. In the harvested crops, grain seeds need to be separated from the chaff. This process is called threshing.
Understood? Just now I told you. Do you understand or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? So harvesting, how we do? Either manually. Manually means I'm using what? Sickle. If I'm a poor farmer, again I repeat, if I'm a poor farmer, I will be using the work manually. I will be using the sickle and will cut the crops with the help of sickle. And if I'm a rich farmer, what I will be using? What I will be using?
Machine.
Machine, which is known as.
Harvester.
Now, the purpose is served either I use sickle or I use harvester, the crops are cut. Now, the next step is that the grain has got a covering. The covering has to be removed, which is called as chaff. So, this removal of chaff from the grain or from the seeds is called, what is it called, Vita?
Threshing.
Thresh.
And a machine does that. Thresher is the machine by which chaff is removed from the grains. Any problem?
No, ma'am.
All of you? All of you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
If at all, say I'm giving you 1 minute because this is we are doing harvesting. So after going through each and everything completely, I will stop. I will make you ask me questions. It could be silly, does not matter, but do ask me questions. So we are going to a new topic. That's why I'm asking you. This is the harvesting got over. So do you want to ask me anything regarding harvesting, beta? Or have you understood nicely?
Ma'am, you understood nicely.
No problem whatsoever. No
Yes.
problem, beta. So now, which is the last one? This is the last. What it is, beta? We have done the harvesting. We have removed the grain from the shaft. We have removed the shaft from the grain by using thresher. Yes, now the seeds are ready. Now, when the seeds are ready, where do I put it? How do I put it? That is called as storage of grains. What it is, beta? Storage
Storage of
of the.
grains.
This is the last step. What did I say, beta? This is the last step. You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So from the preparation of soil, we come to storage of grains. Can you see this? Yes, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see this? Big.
Yes.
These are called as silos. What it is called, beta?
Silos.
Silos. Where you store the grains. Okay. This is a storage uh, container. Huge containers there. Eat.
Storage is an storage of produce is an important task. If the crops are to be kept for a longer time, they should
If the
be
crop grains.
the crop grades are to be kept for a longer time.
For
They
not for a Sakina, be
yes,
careful.
ma'am.
You cannot add or you cannot omit articles on your own.
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, you will not learn how to use articles there. So be careful, okay, beta?
Okay,
So
ma'am.
whatever is given, read that much only. Start.
Okay. If the crop grades are to be kept for longer time, they should be safe from moisture, insects, rats, and microorganisms.
Thank you. Now, what is produce? What is the meaning of produce? What is the meaning of produce, beta?
Grades.
Grains. Okay, so produce is a product. The storage of grains. Simple. What should you understand? Storage of grains is very important now. Now, if I want to keep these grains for a long period of time as storage, then they should be devoid of moisture because you know that if there's moisture, obviously there will be fungal growth. It will be attacked by microorganisms. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Second, they should be free of insects. Yes or no? So it should not be infested by insects. It should not be attacked by insects. Also, it should not be attacked by rats so that there will be loss of grains and microorganisms. What is the meaning of microorganism? There should not be any bacterial or fungal growth. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So these things should not be there in the storage bins. Wherever I'm storing, the grains should not be affected by insects, rats, microorganisms, and it should be dry. I repeat, it should be dry because if it is having moisture, then automatically it will be attacked by microorganisms. That is fungal infection. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm? Okay. I just want to show you. See how, what are these? These are gunny bags. Can you see this? Stacked one on top of the other. These are all gunny bags. Can you see this, Vita?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. This is how it is stored. Yeah. It looks like a house, isn't it? But this is the way
Yes.
gunny bags are stored. It looks like a house, isn't it? A hut
Yes,
rather.
ma'am.
Yeah, this is how it is stored. Read better.
Fresh crops have more moisture. It
Has.
fresh has more moisture. It freshly harvested grains are stored without drying. They may get spoiled or attacked by organisms, losing their germination capacity.
Fine. Now, when I have cut the crop, I have harvested it. Cut means harvesting. Agree?
Yes, sir.
So the grains are having moisture. Agree? They are soft. They are not dry. They are having moisture. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, they have got water. Moisture means they have got water in the body. Now, if straight away I take this grain and store it, I don't dry it, I store it, what will happen? It will be
Attack
spoiled. Yes, it will be affected or infected by organisms. Which organism, beta? Microorganism. Which organism it will attack? It will be
microorganism.
affected by? It will be microorganism, mainly fungus. So what will happen? When fungus is growing on the seed is spoiled. And when the seed is spoiled, do you think it will have a life? It will die.
No, ma'am.
It will die. It will lose the capacity to germinate. So it is a dead seed. So we have to be very, very careful in storage of grains. All of you understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Only you are answering better. How many are we right now? 20, 25?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. But then
Yes, ma'am.
I need answers better. If you are so many, I need at least one or two answers. Am I asking for too much? I said, am I asking for too much?
No, ma'am.
Then just say whether you have understood or not. If you want me to again repeat it, if you're told you have any doubts, keep on asking.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Yes, start.
Storage. Farmers store grains in a jute bags or beans. Metallic beans.
Means,
beans. Whoever, la- however,
however,
large-scale storage of grains is done in these silos and granaries to protect them.
granaries. Better
Huh?
granaries.
Granaries to protect them from the pests like rats and insects. Dry tea leaves are used for storing food grains at home. For storage large quantities of grains in a big
Good
godowns,
house.
specific, specific chemical treatments are required to protect them from the pests and microorganisms.
Thank you. So you can see that the farmers they store grains where in jute bags. And at home also you must have seen there are metallic bins, huge metallic bins where your mama or your grandma they put grains, wheat. After putting castor oil, they store in the big metallic bins. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have observed this, all of you, girls, because when you
Yes,
grow up,
ma'am.
you have to do the same. You understand? When you grow up,
Yes,
get married, even you will do the same. So this is the observation. If you observe, then only you know what to do. If you don't observe, if you're not an observant person, then lots of things may happen which which will put us at loss. Because these things, if you're vigilant, these things will make you aware of so many things. How to store, because if it is infected or something goes wrong, then the whole, you can say two, three gunny bags, it goes waste. It's a loss to us, isn't it? We cannot use it. You have to throw it. Don't you think it's a loss?
yes, ma'am.
So we have to be vigilant what's happening around us. We have to learn whatever Mapa are doing, whatever grandpa, grandma are doing, we have to observe and learn from them. You understand? So that we are
Yeah.
not at loss. Okay? So whenever we get wheat or rice, it comes in either nylon bags or jute bags. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Home. See, we order and it comes home. And then after cleaning it, it's cleaned already, but still we clean it. And then we apply castor oil, keep it for some time in the sunshine, and then we store it in the metallic bins. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, this is not large scale storage, this is small scale storage. This is home to home, one house to other house. This is that storage I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to talk about the large scale storage of grains. Where it is done, beta? Silos and granaries. I'll show you which are silos and which are. This is silos. This is silos. Got it? This is
Yes.
silos. Okay. Now I will show you which is called as granaries. This is one. You see this granary? This is one. And this is a granary. Got it now?
Yes,
This is a granary. Hope you have understood?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now the next question is, why are we putting it in silos and granaries? So that it gets protection from the pest. What I call as pest, beta? Rats. What are the pests, beta? Rats and insects. So the pests like rats and insects will not affect the grains in the silos and the granaries. At home, what we take? We take dried neem leaves for putting it in food grains. You know that? Dried neem leaves, they are put in the food grain, in the container of the food grain, so that they are not affected by the microorganisms or any insects. When we talk about the large quantities storage, whenever we are putting this in godowns, have you heard of godowns, beta?
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
you heard of godowns? It is treated chemically. It is fumigated. What it is called is, beta? For example, remember in COVID, when the COVID has started, if we come to know that in one society a person is infected, what these people come? They come from the hospital and then they just spray the gases all over the society. Am I right?
Yes,
What is it called? It's called as fumigation. What it is called as, beta? Fumigation, so that it becomes germ free. They sterilize the environment, the surrounding. The same thing happens over here. Before storing the gunny bags, what is gunny bags? Jute bags of grains in the godowns are sterilized with the help of chemical. They are treated chemically so that the stored grains are given protection from pests and the microorganisms, mainly fungus. Any problem? Hello?
yes, ma'am.
Any
Yes, ma'am.
problem to
No, ma'am.
understand? Pakka?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the plants over. So we got food from plants. One part of the chapter is over. We got food from plants, that is grains. Right, beta? And we came to
yes,
know how we got it. From preparation of soil till storage of grains. Now we talk about food from animals. How we get food from animals. We got food from plants. Now we will see how we get food from animals. Let's see, beta. This process, getting food from animals, is called as animal husbandry. What it is called, beta?
Animal
Hello?
husbandry.
Yes. Food from plants is called as agriculture. What it is called?
Agriculture.
Got it? And food from plants, sorry, food from animals, it is called as animal husbandry. Yes, please read, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Fish is a good for health.
It is not
We,
is a, fish is a good, this is wrong English.
fish is good for health.
You
We
understood?
can
See, when you say, just a moment, Sakina, I want you to analyze yourself. When you say fish is a good, does it sound okay?
yes,
Does it sound okay? Fish is a good or fish is good. Which one is better?
fish is good.
What I'm saying, analyze yourself. Before I, now it's the second step. Before, because you're in 8th standard, now you are no more in 7th standard. Before I say something, it should come to your mind that no, does not look okay. Do you get me? This is how you learn from your own mistakes. And I want, because see, for this lesson I'm with you, but rest of the time you have to analyze yourself, isn't it? I'm teaching you how to do that. So when it sounds different or very funny, that means your English is wrong. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm? So keep analyzing yourself and improve. Okay, better. Begin again.
Fish is good for health. We get food liver oil from fish, which is rich in vitamin D.
Okay, fine. Now, if we talk about animal husbandry, from which animals do we get food? First, we have taken as fish. And fish is very rich in protein and it's very good for health also, for eyes, for hair, it's got good protein. The very first example that we're going to take up is cod liver oil. What it is, beta? Cod liver oil. Which fish give you? Cod fish. So from cod fish you get cod liver oil because that is highly rich in vitamin D and it is taken as capsules. How do you take this, beta? In a capsule. Yes.
Animal reared at home or in farms. It have to be provided with the proper food, shelter, and care. And when this is done on a large scale, it is called animal husbandry.
Now, either animals you keep it at home, so you're rearing. What is the meaning of rearing? From the babies to adults. So you're making it grow, develop from a small baby to an adult animal. You understand? So either you are growing the, or you are helping the baby animal at home, or you are keeping it in farm. You are making it grow and develop in the farm. If you're talking about farm, it is in a large scale. If I'm talking about home, obviously you will have pet, maybe one or two, or you have got domestic animals like cows, buffaloes, donkeys. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is the difference I'm talking about. Now, when you're keeping the animals, you just cannot be irresponsible, can you be? You have to look after them. You have to look after it like a baby with lots of care. For example, first you have to give it proper food at proper time. Then you have to give a shelter also. Where will they stay? Where will they sleep? So that shelter is also essential. And most importantly, the care, the love, the warmth that you give it to the animal. You understand? If you do not love your animal, the animal may die. You know that? Animals come to know a lot of things. Their perception power is more than human beings. They can feel more than us. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know whether you have pets at home. I don't know, but they come to know. If you are uh, giving your pet to someone else, the pet comes to know. From his moves, from his habits, you can come to know that it is not feeling good about it. His ways changes. Now, this we are doing on a small scale, but if we are talking about a large scale, for example, you can see a farm full of cows. You can see a farm full of buffaloes. Yes, have you observed that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, animals are in hundreds and two hundreds. These many animals together, you're taking care of these many animals. That becomes your animal husband. What it becomes, beta? Animal husband. When we do it at home, it is on a very small scale. But when you do it for a strength more than 100 or 200, then that becomes
Animal
animal
husband.
husband. Exactly. You got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
You got my point, beta? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is your homework for today's homework, is it? Okay, beta? You have to write down, or there are two ways I'm going to ask you. We have got only 5 minutes, I think rather 4 minutes only. How much ever we can do, we will do. But I want you to write down and I want you to attempt. It's not going to be me now. You have to give me the answer. Am I clear to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes? Okay. So that's why I've written, let's think. I've already taught you everything now. So this is a revision part. So I hope you have put on your thinking cap. The light is on with a smile on your face, right? Okay. Please read the question.
Which of the following crops will enrich the soil with nitrogen?
Okay. What does that mean? They're asking you the number of crops as the option. They want us to know, or they want us to tell that out of this, which one is a crop that would help the soil become rich with nitrogen. I've
Ma'am,
already
I
taught
think
you. Yes, better?
P. P.
Yeah, exactly. P. Why? Tell me now why. You're absolutely right. P. Now you have to write down all these questions in the fair book. I repeat, this is your homework. All this, that's today's homework. You have to write down today's date. You don't have to write down the chapter number because we already have continuing with the number one chapter. Yes, crop protection
Yes,
and
ma'am.
management. So it comes along with this. So you need not write. Just write down the date and write down the question answer. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear better? Okay. So you said P. Now tell me why. What is happening in the P? What makes the soil rich in nitrogen by growing pea? What pea has? First pea is a leguminous plant. Am I right? It is in the dal family. Leguminous plant. What it is, beta?
Leguminous plant.
Otherwise, we call it as legumes. What do we call it as?
Legumes.
Legumes. Okay? So all dal family becomes legumes. Like beans, soya bean, rajma. I hope you understand. All these things, types of dals, all come under legumes. What is that which is making it fix nitrogen? Can anyone tell me? What is there in the pea plant? I taught you better. What is there in the pea plant? Can anyone?
Right. Ma'am, we ma'am don't know.
Yes, better? Don't know. Okay. The root of the pea plant, the root of the pea plant has got nodules. What it has got? Nodules, which has got a bacterium known as rhizobium bacterium. Have you heard of rhizobium bacterium in 7th standard?
Yes, ma'am.
I taught you. I know I taught you. There's a reason why I asked you. And this rhizobium bacterium, what does it do? It takes the atmospheric nitrogen. What does it mean by atmospheric nitrogen? The nitrogen which is present in the atmosphere. When does it take? When there is a lightning. Only when there is a lightning, it has got the ability to capture the atmospheric nitrogen. So I don't have to make, or I don't have to give the legume plants any fertilizer because it is making its own fertilizer or nitrogen. Why nitrogen is important, beta? For protein. That's why we say dals are rich in protein. So this rhizobium bacteria is helping the plant to make its own protein. Do you get me?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you understood? So we are not giving it any manure or fertilizer. The rhizobium bacterium is helping the plant to make its own protein with the help of nitrogen, which it is capturing or trapping from the atmosphere. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
All of you understood, beta? So which makes the plant rich in nitrogen? The rhizobium bacterium, which is present in the nodules or the roots of the legumes, helps to trap the atmospheric nitrogen and helps in making protein in the plant. Hence, we call dal is the richest in protein among all plant family. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is one question that you have to write. From where you will write, beta? I'm not see notifying in your link. Remember, in your group, I'm not notifying. I've said once, you should understand. Because now you are in 8th standard. I said these are the homework, you should understand that. I asked you from where you will write, what should be your answer? I asked you from where will you write all these question answers? What should be your answer, beta?
Paddy.
What should be
Yes,
your
ma'am.
answer? I said from where you will write these question answers?
From recording, ma'am.
From the recording, exactly. From the uploaded video, by doing the revision, you will be writing the question answer also. Okay. The next question. Tell me what it is. Which of the following is not a kharif crop? That means it is a rabi crop. Which of the following is a rabi crop? Can you tell me? Not a
Mustard.
kharif crop. No, it is written not a kharif crop. What does that mean? It is a rabi crop. So what is a rabi crop?
Paddy.
Rabi is paddy. Exactly. Rabi is paddy. So paddy is a kharif crop, beta. Paddy is a kharif crop. Maize is a kharif crop. So what is rabi crop?
Paddy.
No. Rabi should be wheat. Rabi should be gram. So what is rabi? Groundnut. What is rabi, beta?
Groundnut.
Groundnut. Got it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, rabi is. See, the question you should understand. Which of the following is not a kharif crop? If it is not a kharif crop, then what it should be? It should be rabi crops. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And I think it is mustard. What you said was right. So rabi crop is mustard. What it is, beta? Hello?
Mustard.
Mustard. So what is the answer? Rabi crop is mustard. This has been taught to you earlier, so we will stick to it. So mustard is a rabi crop. Okay? So it's not a kharif crop. So time is up. We've taken only 5 minutes more. Please let me know. This thing should not happen bit again. I do not keep a track of time. So, hope you have understood. We are finishing the chapter. I will be giving you more question answers next in the next session. Okay, beta? Have a good day and enjoy your life. Bye, beta.
Good morning, all of you.
Good
Hello.
morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, all. Swasth